Open singles semifinal, Martin Sederloff versus Ariel Singh. Best of 7 games. First to serve is Ariel.
And here comes Ariel. Let's see what happens.
1-0.
Nicely placed serve. He does it again. Something to look for earlier in the match is this whole quickness thing here. Ariel comes at everybody she plays in a big hurry. Martin's going to have to try to get his attack in, slow her down, or otherwise derail the train.
1-2.
Of course, he did just exactly that in his quarterfinal match. That's the top seed from China. There's an example of that powerful backhand. Big swing and a winner for Martin Sederloff, and it's 2-0. Swedish lad scores again with the backhand. Ariel shaking her head a little at the serves. Swedish coach grunts approvingly. He liked that point. Liked the way it went. Bit of a surprise for Martin Sederloff there. Ariel's backhand's got more on it than you think. Except that time when it had nothing at all, apparently. 5-all first game. Some pretty nice serves from Martin Sederloff. He seems to have a lot of variation and control on his serve, including strong spin when he wants it.
5-7.
Takes the service winner and takes the advantage with the serve to go up 7-5. We're all thinking about the serve here, going to the backhand side. Net serve, do that again. She can vary the spin as well. Got a service return error there. Oh, Martin Sederloff was sitting on that one. Ariel bounced it just a little long and he looped the winner.
8-6.
8-6 for the Swede. Funny, spinny little short loop of his own, 9-6. Good serve.
9-6.
Hmm. 4 game points for Martin Sederloff. Surprise fast serve from Ariel. Still facing 3 game points. Another fast serve. She liked what she got back and smacked it in. 2 game points for Martin Sederloff. This time he's serving. And he gets basically a service winner and takes the game from Ariel Singh, who walks away with kind of a puzzled look on her face. He fooled her with some serves, and she's talking to Coach Xiao Jin about what to do about that. Semi-final, best of 7. First game to a young man from Sweden. Defeated Ariel Shing, the current North American Women's Champion. This is the Juic International Junior Tournament. I'm Carl Danner, and we're at the ICC Table Tennis Center in Milpitas, California. Both coaches seem to have a fair amount to tell their charges. Ariel folding her towel just so. Time called. We'll start again. Martin Sedloff had most of what he wanted in that first game. Very nice control, very tight serves, and a bunch of points off serve. See if Ariel can figure it out. One of the interesting things about this level of play is that even if Martin Sedloff gets to attack, as he did on the first point, it's got to be to a good position where Ariel can counterattack. One apiece. I have to think that Ariel wants to get some topspin rallies going here. Whereas her opponent would rather keep the ball tight and then get himself a loop. Good start for the American. She's up 3-1. Of course, the problem is that for the Swedish strategy is that if Ariel starts to return a little tighter, the big swings get harder to land. Big contrast to the first game. So far, Ariel Shing is having her way and playing the points she wants. And this time, it's Martin Sedloff who's got a little bit of a confused look. See if he changes something up here. Ariel's service return reads have definitely improved. She's putting a lot of underspin on those pushes, making it hard to open. And just rolls that one over dead. Martin Sedloff doesn't know what to do with it. I can't blame him. I wouldn't either. 9-1. Ariel Shing's running away with the second game. And that's it. About as big a turnaround as you could see. Martin Sedloff handcuffed Ariel reasonably well in the first game and then scored a single point in the second game. One apiece, best of 7. Semifinal action here. I want to thank Juic for their sponsorship of the tournament. $6,000 in prize money altogether for junior events. Pretty strong showing, I think. And of course, UCAS Productions is here with us all the way, as they always are, doing a great job with the webcast. Coaches had a lot to say after the first game, and it looks like they still have a lot to say now too. Still no real pattern to the match, except that each player had a game where they got to do what they wanted. And so it's one apiece.
Time. Game 3, Ariel reserve.
And here we go again. Interesting. Ariel's serving mostly safe balls, looking for a push return, and opening or digging into her own push. Martin Settleoff got a nice swing at that one. Got to imagine he's going to change up the serve a little bit.
1-3.
Very nice point, back and forth.
2-3.
However, it turned into quickness versus movement, and quickness beat out movement that time. Yeah. Interesting thing Ariel's doing. She's decided that she is comfortable if Martin Settleoff opens, but she wants to make him do it on her own, on her terms.
4-3.
Back corner edge there, but it's the basic idea. Another power versus quickness in position. Seems a lot more competitive than the first two were. Very nice play from Ariel Shing.
4-6.
Push came a little deep. She changed the direction of her loop and got an easy winner. Martin Settleoff needs to change something here. Oh, that'll do.
7-5.
Got to count that as a service winner more than anything else. He fooled Ariel and she popped the ball up, and he's a strong enough young man to put that ball right away. 7-5 for Ariel. Game 3. Powerful driving forehands from Ariel Shing. She is not backing down. Very interesting thing. A lot of players would block when their opponent loops the way that the Swede has been doing. But she knows enough not to do that. Oh, best point of the match. Corner to corner and coast to coast. And Ariel puts up a little sorry, but she made a great hooking forehand loop for the winner, wide to the forehand. And returned a pretty good backhand opening from Martin Settleoff. Ariel Shing with 5 game points to take a 2-1 lead. You can see it in Ariel, and she misses the shot. She just doesn't believe it. She rehearses it again. How did I miss that ball? And a bit of a weak serve there. Martin Settleoff teed off on it. She's going to try to creep back into this game. Still 3 game points for Ariel. And a surprise fast serve does the trick. 2-1 for Ariel Shing, and a little bit of a more competitive game. This semifinal action. Yeah, this is a strongly coached match, I would have to say. They get a minute in between games. And the first 2 breaks, they use the full minute, no seconds wasted, and I think they're going to do the same here. Both coaches having kind of a discussion with their players and gesturing and this and that and the other thing. Whoops, Ariel's done. Don't know that she gets to put those 15 seconds in the bank, however. Okay.
Game 4, Martin, sir.
Martin Setterloff had a very comfortable first game and hasn't been comfortable since. He's going to try to even up the match now against Ariel Shing.
0-1.
I'd say one big difference in the match is that Martin is not fooling Ariel the way he did in the first game with his service anymore. Not to say he may not be able to do it still, but her returns have improved a great deal since that first game. Again, simple safe serve from Ariel. Push return from the Swede. Dissatisfied with that, he tried a backhand loop, which also missed, and Ariel Shing's got the first 4 points. I'd say our Swedish friend is a little bit of a lull at the minute.
6-0.
He lost 6 points. He probably missed the table by a combined 10 feet. There's one, breaks the string.
6-1.
Nice backhand return to serve. Ariel Shing still halfway home here in the 4th game.
1-7.
Nice ball from Martin Setterloff.
2-7.
Got the pop up from the serve and stuck his backhand loop in a good spot. Ariel knows enough to open on those deep serves. Very nicely done. Fast and dead.
9-2. That's 9-2.
Fast and dead again. Martin Setterloff was upside down, inside out, and backwards in this game. He's getting nowhere. And that's it. Ariel Shing very tough at the table, and Martin Setterloff is not slowing her down at all. 3 games to 1 for the number 140th ranked woman in the world, playing the number 172nd ranked junior man. We have another battle of the sexes coming up too in the next semifinal, with Tapia Rodrigo of Ecuador playing Lily Zhang, the other half of the ICC's duo of dynamic young women. That game went pretty quickly. I think the coaching lasted almost as long. Martin Setterloff's in a big hole, but he was also in a big hole in the quarterfinal. The young man doesn't have any quit in him, so
5th game, Ariel to serve.
let's see what he's going to do about it right here. Ariel Shing up 3 games to 1.
Double.
11 little change in tactics for the Swede. He drops a couple of short spinning returns and takes the first 2 points. And make that 3. That's what we call a half-long serve, a beautiful depth. Ariel felt like she had to attack it, but then it bounced too short to the end line for her to get a racket on it. Net serve. Funny thing about top table tennis players, you have to have this kind of weird mentality where no matter how much you've struggled and what's gone on up till now, you have to approach the next point with a load of optimism. Which our Swedish friend is doing. But he can't quite solve that serve from Ariel Shing. Very safe serve, doesn't seem to be doing too much, but hard for him to return, so she can't attack it. And after losing the first 3 points, Ariel Shing has run the next 4. So we're into 4 all. Clearly this is a more competitive game than the last one. I don't think Martin Settleoff has returned one of those fast dead serves yet. If she keeps using it, I'm sure he will. Beautiful play from Ariel Shing. The return popped up a little bit. She looked one way, popped the other one right at the backhand corner. Easy winner. Oh, she didn't need that. Brutal net. No way to touch it. Well, little sign of life from the Swede. Serve popped up. Powered the ball right into her middle. That's the way you're supposed to do it. Ariel Shing up 7-5, 4 points from the match. I don't know if that's 5 for 5 or 6 for 6, but I have a feeling that when Martin Settleoff goes home, they're going to work on some fast dead serves. Another beautiful placement from Ariel Shing. She's using the whole table nicely. 2 points from the match, 5-9. Well, turnabout is fair play. A fast dead service winner from Mr. Settleoff. Well, and another nice backhand. Timeout for the Swedes coach. Very important juncture here. It's pretty typical, I think, of how the top coaches tend to use these timeouts. Each player gets one in a match. And what we seem to say is that what we seem to see is that they'll call it at a critical juncture when there's a game that has to be won. Which, of course, is exactly the definition of this one for Martin Settleoff from Sweden. Ariel Shing up 9-7 and serving. With the 3 games to 1 lead, this is the critical juncture of the match. Okay, let's see what they do. Ariel gives a little shot, a little sock, encouraging herself to the backhand serve. Martin Settleoff got what he wanted there. A little bit of a deep push from Ariel. He crouched down and sent up a spinny little thing of a loop. Ariel couldn't handle it. 9-8. Oh, unfortunate. Bad break. I think that was a pretty even point there, but Ariel got an edge. And she's got a couple of match points. See if Martin Settleoff's got a couple of good serves saved. Well, that's one. I have to admit, that looked pretty dead even from where I was sitting, but Ariel didn't see it. 9-10. Swedes got to save another match point. don't suppose I should call it as he hits it. That looked pretty dead too, as does this one. Oh, clutch play from Martin Sedorloff. 2 beautiful forehands to even the match. Well, that time he was waiting for it. Ariel gave him the fasted serve that wasn't quite as fast as it ought to be. 3 forehand winners in a row for Martin Sedorloff, looking for a 4th if he can get it. Oh boy. A little grown, a good-natured one, I think, but that was the ball he wanted. Deuce again. I guess they got a little luck in return. Ariel shanked that one. Should have been a winner for her, but it's a game point for Martin Sedorloff. Deuce once more. Both of these players are very tough. Nobody's going to yield an inch. It's crunch time. Ariel Shing to win, Martin Sedorloff to stay alive in the match. Got the quick backhand in. That looked more like one of her shots, but it worked for the Swede. Oh, he's smiling at himself. One more ball, he might have gotten his forehand too, but didn't quite. Although I have to say, Ariel made about as tough a placement as he could in that return. Oh, change from Ariel. A little faster serve, put the topspin on it.
13-14.
She has a match point once more. And that's all it takes. Very nice match. Ariel Shing of the United States defeating Martin Sedorloff of Sweden. Terrific young man who we're so pleased to host here, and had a tough time, but I'd say he'd represented his country well. He's going to certainly be welcome back here.